Hey guys, what's up? It's Paul Salazar. We're here in the Venice Canals. I bet a lot of you guys didn't know this existed in LA. Not only was it built in 1905, but it's a hotspot for celebrities and tourists alike.
So we're gonna take you around and show you what makes the Venice Canals so special.
If you're new to my channel, I'm Paul Salazar, and this is Tara Dustar with the Paul Salazar Group at Hilton Hyland, and we're native Angelinos.
We're also LA history fanatics, and we'd love to show you what makes this city so special.
If you want more neighborhood tours, make sure you throw a comment down below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button.
All right, let's go.
So Tara, where do we find ourselves today?
So we're now in the LA Venice Canals. Again, like Paul said, I'm sure a lot of you guys just didn't even know this existed, but it's quite amazing. And it was built in 1905 by Abbot Kinney.
Who is Abbot Kinney?
You know Abbot Kinney.
I mean, I've heard of Abbot Kinney. I mean, there's a street that's called Abbot Kinney. It's a very popular street. It's got all the cool restaurants and bars and shops and all that stuff. But is he responsible for building these canals?
Man, he did this whole thing. He was a billionaire.
Really? A billionaire?
Billionaire, a tobacco billionaire.
So he's like an Elon Musk of his day.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So he was a billionaire and he loved LA so much he wanted to move here and create pretty much like a beach town utopia filled with canals.
Wow.
Much like Italian Venice.
So he had a vision. Did he actually go to Venice and like, well, I'm sure he did, right?
I don't know how Italian he was. He was from New Jersey, I'll say that.
Oh, so he's an American guy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What a weird name,
Yeah.
Abbot Kinney.
Abbot Kinney. So yeah, I mean, he, really loved LA and he wanted to build like a beach town. He wanted to call it the Venice of America. And this was all part of it. Actually, there were a lot more canals before 1924 when the city decided to fill in a lot of these canals.
Wait, there were more canals than these? Really?
Most of them are actually gone.
So he built these canals, and obviously there was no houses here yet. So he had the vision of, like, did he also develop the houses? Like, did he also build a lot of these houses?
Yeah, he was a big developer.
Okay.
So yeah, he did that, and by 1928, the Supreme Court actually ruled that none of the canals could be touched. They thought it would be like more of a historic.
Oh, that's amazing.
Exactly.
Wow. So a lot of the houses that we're seeing here were built in the early 1900s. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So there are 6 canals today. Let's see if I can remember all of them. There's Carroll, Linney, Eastern, Howland,
Sherman.
Grand, and Sherman.
Sherman, all right, good job, good job. So I think that there's houses here that, obviously the cheapest houses are the ones that are going to be developed, right? What we call tear downs or development opportunities. And then there's new construction here. Do you want to start rowing with me?
Yeah.
Am I rowing too slow?
No, you're good.
All right.
I just feel like you could use some help.
And let's talk about the highest cell. Actually, as I interrupt what I was saying, the highest cell is around here somewhere. It's actually 2 lots, right? So if you divide the lots, the buyer actually probably got a pretty good deal on it. So it's right here. So that's the most expensive cell in Venice for $7.4 million. 2 houses, 4,900 square feet on 2 lots. The average lot size here, Tara?
It's 2,800.
All right, so we're gonna turn around here. We're gonna head back that way.
We're gonna turn?
Yeah. Oh, actually, you can stand right there. You just roll the other way around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if you guys can see, but the water's low. And it looks a little gross, but this is only temporary. So Tara, why don't you tell us about the effort that the community puts in keeping this canal clean?
Yeah, so about I think it's every week and a half, what they do is they pretty much cleanse the canals. I think the city does it, right, Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they pretty much just I guess drain it. It's usually 3 feet higher than this. So we're sinking pretty low here.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is that if I tip Tara over, then she's not going to fall too far. She'll live. She just might get some kind of virus from whatever's in this water.
Oh, man. Gross. I'll turn into a toad. But anyway, so the city cleans the water and then they replenish it from the marina.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So this water is all connected to the marina. So this is all seawater, right? So So the Grand Canal really is the source of water, right? So the Grand Canal. So go all the way around. Go backwards there. No, other way. There you go. That way. No, yeah, it's fine. It's all right. I got you. There you go. Is that Johnny Depp? I think I see Johnny Depp right there. Yeah, I'm talking to you, man. Are you Johnny Depp? No? I wish. I think we saw Johnny Depp, guys. He's right here.
Out of all people, Johnny Depp.
So speaking of celebrities, you know, we just saw Johnny Depp or look-alike. Who lives here? Like, what kind of celebrities have lived here in the canals?
So Julia Roberts had a house here. Nicolas Cage, which honestly seems right on point.
Yeah.
Angelica Houston and Jim Morrison had a house here in the 60s. So it draws a lot of artists, obviously, and musicians. A lot of people say that Venice is becoming the new Hollywood, but I hope for our sake that is not the case. Hollywood stays Hollywood.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, Venice has a vibe, right? I mean, it's not Santa Monica, it's not Marina. It's got its own thing. It's very bohemian, right? It's very funky. You know, there's houses of different shapes and sizes and architectural significance. And I think that's why people love it, you know? I mean, if there's a place in Manhattan that's like this, what would it be?
In Manhattan, New York?
In Manhattan, New York.
Oh!
Manhattan, New York. What's up? Oh, they're getting pissed at us. Look at them.
Damn, yo, I'm sorry.
Feisty.
Oh, we didn't have any. Aw, they're expecting food.
Oh yeah, we should get food over there.
Oh.
We forgot the food.
Oh well.
Oh, whatever. So what's the significance of this bridge, Tara?
So I think this is the bridge that appeared in the movie Nightmare on Elm Street. Super freaky.
I think that was more of the Jaws.
Yeah.
The Jaws.
No.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool to do a Jaws here in the canals.
Yeah. Anthony, let's add that music later.
Yeah. Why does this place, you know, have the attention of celebrities and tourists alike?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's obvious just because of the diverse, you know, kind of like the diverse neighborhood that this is.
Yeah.
You could get, you know, a California bungalow style house.
Yeah.
You
You
could
can
get
find
like
anything.
a huge
Yeah, for
Venetian
sure.
house.
Yeah.
You know, it's really whatever, you know, you can find anything. Any
find
sort of,
anything.
yeah, you can
Yeah,
find
yeah,
any
for
sort of
sure.
style here. And it's exclusive and it, you know, it's really very unique, as we know. It's probably the most unique part of LA. And yeah, I think that really, you know, just makes it very exclusive.
Yeah, and I think the fact that, like, you don't see paparazzi here.
True.
Like if you were in Hollywood at like a bar or a club, you see paparazzi everywhere. Over here, you know, celebrities can go out to a restaurant, go out to a bar, and they're not going to be bothered.
Right.
I mean, sure, there'll be people there that will probably, you know, want to take a selfie with them, but I feel like it's like a safe haven for them as well.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
except for Johnny Depp over there, you know.
Yeah. What's up, Johnny? So right now we're on Linny Canal. So if you're looking at the map, this is the ones in the middle, right? So there's Linny and Howland right in the middle, and then you got Sherman and Carroll on the edges, and then the other sides of the square is Eastern Canal, and then you have the Grand Canal. And the Grand Canal is the one that connects it to the Marina Del Rey, where it gets all the water. And this is actually not the only canals in LA. You have the Venice Canals, and you also have the Grand Canal in Marina Del Rey,
Right.
which is south of Washington Boulevard.
Right, so that connects.
And those houses are built in a different time. I think they were built in the 80s and 90s, and there's some really nice ones there on bigger lots. But it doesn't have the charm that the Venice Canals does.
Well, it doesn't feel like much of a neighborhood.
It doesn't, yeah, because most of the Grand Canal is facing Pacific on the other side. So I think the charm of this community is that on either side you see beautiful houses, right?
When the moon hits
It's
your
the eyes
like
like the big pizza pie. That's amore. That's amore.
That's amore.
Thank you. I am so bad at lyrics. So
You are, yeah. You don't have much tone either.
I may know like two letters and then I'll botch it.
It's okay, you could dance. You're a very good dancer.
You know
I've
that
seen
song,
dance.
American Woman?
Yeah.
So I sing that song, American River. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. All right, so as we're canoeing down Linney, upstream, because there's a headwind right now, we're gonna come across the most expensive house for sale right now in the Venice Canals for $7.6 million. I've seen it actually. It's quite a beautiful property. It's got a nice deck to it. It's 2 stories with a deck. It's I think 3,600 square feet on a 2,800 square foot lot, and they're asking a little bit more than $2,000 a foot.
I mean, you don't get a backyard or anything, but you still get an amazing view.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Like, let's actually talk about that. Like, what's the buyer profile for the Venice Canals? I mean,
surprisingly, I thought it was a lot more like single people, but
Yeah.
there are a lot of families here.
Yeah.
And there's a park just right over there where it actually gets pretty busy on the weekends. A lot of families come out and they sit with their kids and just kind of enjoy the neighborhood.
yeah.
But I imagine it's also a lot of people that like being close to the beach because the beach is just a block and a half away from here. Whoop. So you definitely get a lot of surfers.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. So let's talk about the walkability.
Yeah.
Because I think that's another reason why this area is so popular. And like I said, well, like I'll say later on the video, I'm going to be talking about the revival Venice has had in the last, I would say, 10 to 12 years. I would say probably a little bit after the Great Recession, Venice started booming. And I think that started honestly with Snapchat. So yeah, so Snapchat started an office here back in the early 2010s, decade, and they started the whole Silicon Beach kind of vibe, and so now this whole area is called Silicon Beach. We're talking about Santa Monica, Venice, Marina Del Rey, Playa Del Rey, and a lot of these tech companies have offices over here. And why not? I mean, would you rather be in San Francisco where it's a little bit chillier and colder? I mean, it's a beautiful city, don't get me wrong, but we have the weather here. And we have nicer beaches.
Yeah. And I think a lot of those people need that work-life balance of being able to chill and work pretty much all in the same day.
Exactly. So I'm gonna stop right here.
Okay.
This house right behind us is a beautiful development. I actually know the developer. I've actually toured the house a few times. They're going to be asking probably low teens on the house. I don't know the exact price, but it's a beautiful, beautiful home, brand new construction. It's on a bigger lot, so it's on a corner lot. It's right next to the bridge, as you guys can see. We're on Linney Canal, but they have a massive rooftop deck. They have a really cool third story. It's going to be a really cool house. See that guy, where that guy is standing right there? That's the master bedroom. What's up?
Hey.
Is the house ready? Almost? Nice, man. What's cool about that house is that they have a cold plunge on that 3rd floor. So that whole 3rd floor is like a playroom. It's like a theater. They have a cold plunge. They have a sauna up there. They have an office. It's really, really cool. Yeah, I know.
Best.
That's going to be a really, really fun house.
That's California living at its finest.
It is. But see, this is what makes the Venice Canal so popular. I mean, look at this. You got a brand new development right here, which is cool, modern house. And then you have this really cool kind of like bohemian style house with the cool artwork. I don't know what that is. Venice of America? Is that what it says there?
Oh
it
yeah,
does.
well that's Abbott Kinney's vision.
That's Abbott Kinney's vision.
The water's a little higher here, thank goodness, and cleaner.
Are you sure that's good?
Oh my God,
bro. Like any asset that you're trying to buy, if there's a limited amount of that asset, like Bitcoin or gold, for instance, that's what makes it really popular, right? I mean, if these canals were 100 canals, then it would never be this expensive to own a house here, right? So the cheapest house here, Tara, is around what?
I think it's sold for 1.2.
Yeah, 1.2, and then like we passed earlier, the most expensive house was 7.4 million. So there's a big range, right? But the houses that are selling for 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, what do those houses look like?
They're gonna need work. I mean, there's a bit tear down.
Just a little bit of work.
Yeah.
Or if the house is really small.
Yeah.
Right? So as we're going down the Grand Canal, which is what connects the canals to the ocean through Marina Del Rey, we're gonna pass by the most Instagrammed house in the world. 150,000
Photos.
Posts?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a cool house, but why do you think makes it so popular?
Well, you know, I think it's because the owner allows tourists to come inside and
Okay.
you know,
I think it's pretty cool.
And I think a lot of people kind of want to feel like they, you know, I guess have a little spot here.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't go into any other house in the canals unless you're friends with
No,
somebody
I mean,
who
and
lives here.
it also like sticks out
Yeah.
a lot, right? Because it's so bright, and she keeps painting it, or not she, whoever the owner is, keeps painting it because they know how popular it is. I mean, that's actually pretty smart.
Yeah.
I mean,
them taking
I
photos,
think if she
they
goes to
know.
sell that house, she may get some extra value of the house being so popular. If the buyer is looking for a house that has extra value, or if you wanted to Airbnb it. So let's actually talk about Airbnb. Like, there's a couple of houses here that are on Airbnb, and they're always booked.
Yeah, I bet. I bet they're booked years in advance.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because there's not a lot. There's not a lot of houses here that are Airbnb, but the ones that are, they're always booked. So right now we're passing through Howling Canal. So let's talk about short-term rentals, because I'm sure a lot of people that are watching this aren't going to be buying here, but they may want a little lifestyle of Venice Canals, and they may want to come for a weekend, right? Because you know, that's the beauty of Airbnb. What do Airbnbs go for here in the canals?
You know, it depends really, but I guess the newer ones probably go for like at least like $1,000 a night.
It's going to be a
or
little bit
something
over
like that.
$1,000 a night
Yeah.
for like some of the newer ones, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Although, like, I haven't seen any Airbnbs here, so that's really surprising to me.
There's not a lot of Airbnbs here, but there are some.
Yeah.
There's a house coming up right here. So this second house right here, that house was in the movie Valentine.
Valentine's Day?
Yeah, Valentine's Day with Ashton Kutcher. That's a great movie. I think his name was Reed. I think that was maybe his house or something.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's a cool kind of Cape Cod traditional. But that just shows you like the variety of houses here in the area. If you guys look right behind me, like look at the house right there. That's a really cool modern house. That's a really cool modern house right there. And again, we're on the Grand Canal. This canal goes underneath Washington Boulevard, and then it will connect all the way to the marina, where you'll see probably another, I don't know, another maybe 60 houses, and they're large houses. They're all like 4,000 square feet, 3 stories. The area is called the Silver Strand, and also the peninsula in Marina Del Rey. So now we're gonna cut up this canal. This is the furthest canal that kind of goes, I would say, parallel to Washington and Venice Boulevard. This is called Sherman Canal. So you have Sherman, you have Howland, you have Linney and Carroll, and then on the kind of perpendicular sides, it would be Eastern and Grand.
Right.
So whose house is this on the right? This old house on a massive lot.
So this is Jim Morrison's house.
What?
Yeah.
The guy from The Doors?
The guy from The Doors.
Ah, very cool.
He's a cool dude.
He's a cool dude.
Rest in peace.
Was that Val Kilmer that like played him in that movie? I think so,
I
right?
guess so. The Doors movie?
I mean, that's a big lot. That looks like maybe like a 5,000 or 6,000 square foot lot. Could be like one of the biggest lots in Venice on a single parcel, or maybe it's 2 lots.
Yeah, maybe.
What do you think that those 2 lots are worth?
Right there, Jim
Yeah.
Morrison's?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe because of the celebrity appeal.
Maybe.
And, you know, kind of like historical. It's probably a historical landmark.
Yeah.
They probably can't even do anything to that house.
I don't know. It looks pretty old to me.
Exactly.
Looks,
So they probably
but-
can't do anything.
Yeah, maybe. You
I think so. A lot of these houses are protected as historical
They are.
landmarks.
So then that's interesting. So if you're a buyer looking to buy and you want to do work to a house and expand it, make sure you don't buy a house that is designated as a historical landmark, because then you can't build. And a lot of buyers actually, you know, they may not know, and their agent doesn't do enough research, and they end up buying a house that they can't do any work to.
Yeah.
That's called disclosure right there. The average price for a new development here is around $6 million. I know, isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
Around $1,500 a foot.
Yeah.
The smaller kind of teardown houses actually are selling for a higher price per square foot. Well, that's because the house is small and it's sold for like dirt value.
Right.
So when you're obviously, evaluating price, you have to go with, something that's comparable. But there's quite a bit of development. I mean, for such a small community, there's probably like 5 or 6 projects going on right now, or maybe a little bit more in the canals.
You said that 41 homes sold within the last 2 years?
41 homes sold.
That's a lot for such a tiny area.
I know.
That's surprising.
We got some celebrities here. I mean, we have some tourists here. I think that we're celebrities.
They could be celebrities. We're all celebrities.
To high fives right there on the right.
Which one?
This one right here. Yeah. 3-story house with a huge deck.
Nice.
So this right here is going to be a new development right here. You can see notice of demolition. You can spot the development opportunities pretty easily. They look like that, you know. They need a little bit of work.
Still a lovely home.
Yeah, no, it's still. I mean, listen, if they gave me that house, I would just fix it up and live in it. It looks like a pretty big house, 2-story house. If you guys want to watch more content like this, then please let us know on the comments below. We love to, you know, shoot neighborhoods. We've collectively as a team, we've shot probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 different neighborhoods. We got the flats of Beverly Hills. We have prime Santa Monica. We have a great little spot in Little Holmby. We have Brentwood, and we have East Venice. So if you guys want more content like this, please let us know in the comments below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're gonna do a neighborhood tour probably once a month, maybe once every 2 months. So you guys will be getting a lot of content.
I don't know if we'll ever be on a boat again, but...
I know, that's kind of sad. I want to be on a boat again. It's actually kind of fun.
This is a rental, by the way, we don't know.
But on the weekends, you'll actually see people out here more than just us on the water, kayaking, canoeing, or on these cool barges. Some of these cool barges actually have a little motor on it, and they can actually, like this little thing right there is you put a motor on it, like this one here.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah, and you can just hang out in there, have a drink, and just kind of drive around the canals. This right here is not a spec house. So I have a client looking in this area for up to 7 million, and so I called on this new development right here. This is actually 3 lots. And it's not a spec house, it's a custom build for somebody. Wow. So somebody's building a compound here, and that's gonna be probably the coolest house in the canals by far. That's gonna be a really cool house.
I love it.
Yeah.
Paul, would you live here?
I think right now I would live here. You know, I don't have any kids. You know, I would like a bigger lot if I had kids, but right now, absolutely. This is a really cool area. I mean, I live like a mile away, so I mean, I love the area. I love going to Abercrombie. I love riding my bike in the neighborhood and going to, you know, going down the Venice boardwalk, which we haven't even touched on.
Oh, man,
like the Venice boardwalk has been known for how long as being such a really cool, kind of diverse, unique, bohemian kind of walk, right?
Totally, yeah.
People from all walks of life are hanging out. You know, I think that's one of the staples of Los Angeles actually, is the boardwalk, right? Even when I was living really far from LA, if we would come to LA or if we had any guests coming from out of town, we'd always go to Venice because it was such a cool thing. People riding, you know, rollerblades with speakers on, and it's just if you love to people watch, like that's one of the coolest things to do, then the Venice boardwalk is the place for you.
Nice. Yeah, and you know, despite it being all the way on the west side, I still think it's pretty central to where you want to be. You got the beach, you got the restaurants, you have all the shops. You know, if you want to go to even east, it's just like 20-minute drive, but that's the thing of everywhere in LA, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere in LA is a 20-minute drive.
Is at least a 20-minute drive. Yeah.
That's the saying. Oh gosh.
And we're also actually really close to LAX.
That's true.
Yeah. But I mean, I really think the surge of Venice. I mean, not only Venice, but all of LA. There's been a surge in just all the areas. You know, you have like areas like Silver Lake, which has actually gotten really popular. I feel like Silver Lake is the Venice of the East Side.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So people will either like Silver Lake or they'll like Venice,
Right.
because it's kind of the same style.
Right.
You know? And also the kind of same style of like what people wear too. It's like
Hippies.
expensive clothing, but it doesn't look expensive.
Right.
So what do you call that?
I think just hobo.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Not boho, hobo.
Not boho.
Yep.
All right.
Oh man, is that good?
So what else can you say about the canals as we finish this video?
Gosh, look at all these ducks just chilling. Anyway, what else can I say about the canals? Well, I think you guys could all see that we had a great time here showing you guys around.
Yeah.
You know, so it's clearly fun. It's clearly different. And I love it.
All right, so we're in the cleanest part of the canals, as you can see. Tara, don't breathe. You might breathe in some toxins here. But just across from us is one of the oldest houses in the canals, and look how beautiful it is. I mean, it's a different style. It's something that you probably see in Germany.
Oh, this one right here?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I can just imagine seeing like, it just seems like to me like a house that would be really fun for Oktoberfest.
Oh, totally.
Right? But that house was actually in the movie The Little Rascals.
I love The Little Rascals.
The Little Rascals is such a good movie.
Alfalfa.
That's a classic for sure. If you guys haven't noticed, we are dressed in how do you call it?
Gondola attire?
No, a gondolier.
A gondolier.
Yeah, so there's actually a term for the person that drives the gondola. He's called a gondolier. And they're supposed to sing, but I can't sing.
I think we
so.
did enough of that.
Yeah. What makes the Venice Canal so popular is its location, as well as its bohemian lifestyle. In the last 10 years, we've seen a revival with a surge of new businesses, including Gran Blanco right behind me, the Great White, and a Michelin-starred restaurant, Felix Trattoria.
And that's all. See you next time.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button.